G'day guys, how you going? Welcome back. This is now part 3 on how to set up your podcast as easily and as simply as possible. So in parts 1 and 2, we've already gone through the equipment we're using and how we've got it connected and configured for Garageband on Mac OS. And in this video, we're going to be going ahead and doing the fine tuning of the equalizers and things like noise gates and sort of explaining what they are. That way we can get the best possible audio quality from your podcast. So if you enjoyed this video, chuck it a like, get subscribed, and let's begin. So as you can see on the screen, we currently have a screen capture going, which is recording 2 tracks, and that other track is Alexandra, who is with me today. I'll just quickly introduce her. Hello, Alexandra.
Hello.
So she is normally the one that you would see on the other side of the camera, or not see, I should say. But she is the one that I am kind of setting up this whole podcast for, and what started this whole subject. She's actually the one that wants to create a podcast, and so that will be coming out hopefully in the next coming weeks or months. But by the time you see this video, it should be finally out. So we'll leave a link to that down below as well. Now, at the moment, you're hearing my voice and Alexandra's voice with no equalizers turned on. And I'm just going to get Alexandra to sort of just start talking to me, if that's okay, about her podcast and what that is. And every now and again, I'll just interrupt and I'll change a setting, and then we'll continue the conversation. So that way you can slowly see the changes in her audio. And I mean, this room that we're in at the moment is a room with hard tiles, hard walls. There's not carpet anywhere. I mean, we do have a little throw that you would have seen in part 2 on the table, but overall, this room is not the best room for acoustics. We've got the air conditioner set up. We're basically in our kitchen on a glass table. So just to give you some context on how good these microphones are, these are the Thronmax Mdrill Zero. They're a USB microphone, and I think they actually sound really, really good. And if you're starting off and you're wanting to create your own podcast, or even just something for gaming or for Skype calls, these microphones would definitely suit that. So, Alexandra, do you want to tell me about your podcast?
Sure thing. So my friend Christy and I met probably 5 or 6 years ago when we were both working at Apple, and we would often find ourselves getting in quite a bit of trouble because we'd just be talking a lot and not actually doing very much work. Cut to last year in June, and Christy had started a new job at a transcriptionist agency, and she knew that I kind of needed just a little bit of financial support in terms of getting my feet on the ground after a pretty full-on 6 months of freelance film work, and she suggested that I potentially come to work with her at the transcriptionist agency, and I did.
Okay, so you guys have heard Alexandra's voice there probably for a full minute, just talking without any equalizers turned on. And what I'm going to do now is actually get Alexandra to continue talking, and I'm going to slowly adjust the settings for her voice based on what I'm hearing through these headphones and what you guys will be hearing as well, to a point where I feel like it sounds nice and cozy. And we're going to try and eliminate some of the mid-tones and some of the high end as well. So Alexandra, if you want to continue.
So I joined her at the transcriptionist agency, and even though, as you can imagine, transcribing the things we were transcribing requires an office that is pretty silent except for the sound of tapping keyboards, we managed to continue our trend of talking exclusively at work rather than working. And so Christy pitched me an idea really late last year before we went on our little Christmas break of us having a podcast together where we, instead of just talking at work, we make our work the talking. And so that's kind of what the podcast will be. We come from very, very different backgrounds, which I think makes for an incredibly interesting conversation, that we always find out something new or some new perspective when we're talking to each other. She grew up fairly religious, and she and I have that completely not in common. I grew up incredibly non-religious, in a non-religious household, in a secular household. And I'm getting the nod from Sean to pause.
So you can see what I'm doing here on the screen is just adjusting the low, mids and highs, as well as the low cut and compressor, just as she's talking. What I'm hearing is that with her low ends, we could probably bump those up a little bit. It just makes it sound a little bit more, I don't know, studio-like, a little bit more intimate and cozy, like you're in the room with her. Remove some of the midtones because there is a lot of echo. Those midtones I feel are quite pronounced. And then the highs, we just added a little bit to the highs. And you can see as well when I'm, I guess, interacting with these dials on the screen, I tend to go all the way to one side and then all the way to the other, and then sort of bring it back and find that happy medium, that sweet spot. I find that it's hard to notice when you just go from, for example, level 6 to level 7. It's very, very hard to actually pick up the differences. But if you go from the extremes and then you sort of keep going backwards and forwards and finding the happy medium. That's how I personally fine tune sound, and that's how I fine tune the sound for her podcast. And then with the compressor just kind of, I guess as the name suggests, compresses the sound a little bit to, I guess, get rid of some of those echoes and some of those background hums that you might hear if you're in a room with like an air conditioner on, or maybe a breath or something like that. So we've just got a little bit of compressor added, but it hasn't changed too much. So take it away if you want to continue, and we'll just go ahead and I'll turn those off and then back on again so you can hear the differences.
So I guess some of the things that we'll be touching on pretty extensively in our podcast are things that we find we get really on a roll with in our conversation when we're at work, when we're supposed to be working, which is a lot of philosophy stuff, a lot of psychology stuff, because we both have very, very different perspectives on mental health and have both seen therapists at one or two multiple points in our lives. And so all of the real intricacies of, I guess, how it feels to survive and thrive and live and continue on, that's a big chunk of what we're interested in. And we've also found that we share a real big mutual interest in lots of similar books and movies and popular culture in general. And we're both feminists. We're both very vocal about that. So I think one of the real reasons to listen is, I guess, two incredibly different points of view and perspectives and how we've grown up and been raised, coming at topics that are really complicated and really hard to unpack. And I'm getting the nod again.
Okay, so I just had to quickly stop and then restart the recording, because the next part after we've got the equalizer set up is adding a noise gate. So what a noise gate essentially does is it will filter out any sound below a certain decibel range. So if everyone is speaking, for example, at between 30 or 40 decibels or above, you can set the noise gate to be, let's say, 30 decibels, and that way anything less than 30 decibels doesn't come through. So those breaths, the little background hum of an air conditioner or a fan, or maybe someone drinking, or if they're moving away from the microphone, you're not going to hear those sounds. And what that, I guess, gives you in a podcast situation is a very clean sounding podcast, where if there's 2 people or 3 people on a microphone, and only one person is talking, you're not going to be able to hear those other people breathing into the microphone. So if we go to the Garageband settings here, you can see on the screen, at the bottom, we've got plugins, and then there's a little option here on the right-hand side you can click on, and you can go down to where it says Dynamics and then Noise Gate. And once you've selected that, you can click on Noise Gate and you'll see a tick, and you can go ahead and you can click and, I guess, scroll that bar, and it'll give you the dB level. So what we'll do is we'll put it to about 40 decibels, and you should notice that when I'm not speaking, you're not hearing anything else in the background. So you'll see on the waveform that if I zoom in a little bit and I stop talking, it's completely dead. You see a nice flat line there, which is exactly what you want to see. When I'm speaking, you just get the pure audio for what it is. And we're going to go ahead and add that noise gate to Alexandra, and we'll do the same thing for her. So that way, when she's not speaking, you'll see that noise gate is completely flat. So now that it's just me speaking, even though Alexandra is only a few centimeters away from the microphone, you're seeing very, very little bumps at all. So now, Alexandra, if you want to jump in.
Yeah, so when we were originally testing out the podcast microphones, Sean actually discovered that I breathe at about 26 decibels and Christy breathes at about 25.
I think you'll find it's actually about 35. No, sorry, the 26 is right, but then it varies depending on if you've just sat down in the chair, because I feel like when you sit down, it's 26 or 27. But then as you go on, when you sit down, it's louder. And then as time goes on, you become more settled. The actual breathing
comes down to 26.
Down. Yeah, exactly. And okay. when you see actually on the waveform as well, when both of us are talking, we're not necessarily sounding like we're talking over each other. It actually sort of blends in nicely.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really tough to go from normal conversation to podcast style conversation because I'm someone that I wouldn't say necessarily interrupts a lot, but I am someone that likes to make sure that you know that I'm listening, and I give lots of confirmation and confirmation
Yeah.
and I need to change that to nodding and making sure that people can see my eyes and knowing that I'm listening instead.
I definitely feel like there's podcast etiquette that needs to be taught, because if you have 3 people or 4 people around a dining table and you're just having dinner, you can all talk and laugh over each other, and it's fine because you can make eye contact and you can pick up on body language and things like that, and that's how we communicate as human beings. But when you're trying to make something that people can listen to when they're on their commute on the way to work, or if they're driving or anything else, you can't talk over each other than doing the little and things like that, because it just becomes very distracting and it's hard to follow along with actually who is leading the conversation. Because normally with podcasts, you're talking about topics. So one person will talk, then the other person will respond. It's kind of like, I guess, radio stations and how they do their interviews. Because if everyone's just talking all at once, it's impossible to follow along.
Couldn't agree more.
So I think this pretty much sums up everything that there is. I mean, at the moment you're hearing my voice with the equalizer turned on as well, so I've got a bit of a fine tune on there as well. So if you look back at the start of this clip and then you look back at the end of this clip, you will see a noticeable difference. And if you're buying the exact setup that we're getting here and you're creating your podcast in GarageBand, this is the this is the type of sound quality that you can expect from these microphones. And I mean, if you're in a room with a thick rug and lots of noise absorbing things, or if you're in actually a purpose-made room for recording audio, then you're going to get even better sound quality. I don't think there's anything else I need to really add. Maybe the last thing. Oh, okay. I've actually got one thing and then I'll pass it over to Alexandra. But the distance from the microphone that I'm currently speaking, if you can imagine an iPhone 10, the length of that, or a 10R, I should say, or no, iPhone 11, sorry. iPhone 11 length of that is basically the distance from my mouth to the microphone. So, we need to talk about the exporting part, don't we?
That was what I was going to remind you of.
Okay, sorry. So that's the distance that I'm talking from the microphone. Now, in terms of exporting the file, it's a little bit hard to show you here while I'm actually recording the clip because I don't think I can do that. But basically, once you've got your clip recorded, you just need to go to the share option and where it says export song to disk, and you click on that. I think it's going to stop the recording. It has. Fuck. Let me just do that again.
Start recording on your other microphone.
Alrighty guys, so I've had to stop the recording on the Garageband so that way I can actually show you how to export and save the file so you can upload it to whatever podcast platform that you might be using. So in order to do that in Garageband, it's very, very simple. Just go up to where it says share, export song to disk, and then you can go down to the quality settings. And if you want the absolute best quality, which is the biggest file size, you'll want to select WAV and then 24-bit uncompressed. If you want to just, I guess, compress it a little bit to save on the file size, you can go to MP3 and then you can choose from the different quality settings. So by default, it chooses high quality 192 kilobits, but you can put it up to 256. I think that's pretty much what most podcast platforms would recommend or suggest is MP3 256. But if you want to choose WAV and get the most amount of quality out of your recording, you can definitely do that. Just be aware that not all podcast platforms will support WAV files, so you'll just have to check with the platform that you're going to be uploading to. Once you've got that part figured out, then just go ahead and save it and then press export. And depending on the time of the actual podcast, you might find that when it's exporting, it can sometimes take 5 or 10 or 15, 20 minutes, depending on the length of the podcast. So just take that into consideration. The audio that you're hearing now, by the way, is obviously not the microphone that we're speaking into for the entirety of this video. We're now listening to the lapel mic that is currently clipped to me. So if you enjoyed this video, click like, get subscribed. If you have any comments or questions, or you want to know more about the podcast that Alexandra will be putting it out, I'll leave links to that down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.